So I've seen the drama unfold with James Somerton being called out by H-Bomber Guy. Basically, Somerton is a queer creator who turned out to be plagiarizing other queer people's content, and others argue that he's also used misogyny to shield himself from critique. A point that's been brought up in the queer community, which I want to talk about, is that people were too afraid to call Somerton out because he's queer and LGBT people want to protect their own. They're too afraid to call out their own people. This is incredibly infuriating. I'm bisexual myself, and it's insane that people take their LGBT status as such an integral part of them that they create this group where they act like life is too hard for LGBT people to call those LGBT people out, even when they actually do reprehensible shit. You guys are people. Who you love doesn't define you. And if being part of a community is fostering a culture of enabling bad behavior because you can't see the people in your group as anything but an oppressed person who can't possibly be held accountable, maybe you need to rethink and reinvent the culture of your community. I say you because I don't really feel part of this community. I know that many LGBT people will reject people like me who call you guys out because I already was questioned about things like, for example, how I could possibly consider eating at Chick-fil-A as a bisexual person. Constantly seeing LGBT people purity test each other in their own community makes people like me who think for ourselves feel unwelcome in this group. The LGBT community at this point is a community of pride, but also a community crippled by fear. Everyone talks about how everything that could possibly hurt us and why we have to do what we must to avoid it. Whenever people talk about actually solving the problems in our community, our encouragement is often met with people insisting that Republicans are too evil and violent for anything to possibly be done to combat those darn Republicans. I want to remind you all that recent polls have shown that the majority of Republican voters are tired of hearing Republican politicians hyperfixate on trans people. Your average Republican doesn't care about trans people as much as you think. People keep voting Republicans in, naively thinking that Republicans will improve the economy that might seem weak during election time, or other reasons that have nothing to do with LGBT people. Some are voting based on LGBT issues, but it's just a lot less people than you might expect. All of that to say, the James Somerton situation is a small example of the dumb shit and lack of action that the LGBT community enables because they live in fear of taking any action, because they think the world around them is way more threatening than it actually is today for your average American. Starting to fight the problems the community is facing will allow the community to gain the experience in pushing back against adversity that gives them the courage to keep truly fighting for a better society for LGBT people, so we're not just doomering on Twitter. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw. Feel free to give your opinions in the comments down below. Let's have a discussion. Let me know any improvements you'd like to see in these videos. Thank you. Have a great day.